Hey y'all, today I'm just going to be giving a little refresher on how to write systems of equations. So remember, when writing systems of equations from word problems, there's kind of three main ways that we write it. So we write it in standard form, which is way too big. So we write it in our standard form for linear equations, which is ax plus by equals c. And we use that form when we have two different variables that are changing, and those amount of those two different variables that are changing equal up to sum total. Okay, then we also have our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And we use this one when we have our traditional linear equation situation. We have some initial value, and then we have some rate, some slope, something that's changing per day, every day, each charge, something like that. Okay. We also have one more that really fits with standard form, but it has to do, we call it geometric, where we just kind of have two objects that are related to each other in certain ways. We'll see that one at the end. It's a little different. You kind of just have to talk out the sentence to figure it out. But let's start with our first one. So Larry has punch cards for his favorite tea house and his favorite coffee shop. He currently has one punch on the tea punch card and 3 punches on the coffee punch card. Given his regular routine, he consistently earns 4 new punches per week on the tea punch card and 3 on the coffee punch card. Before too long, Larry will have the same number of punches on each card. How long will it take? Okay, so this one, I know just from reading the question, is slope-intercept. And the reason why is because I have these punches per week and currently has 1 punch. So that currently has 1 punch. That's his starting, his initial amount. And then punches per week, that is his rate or the slope of how many punches he's getting each week. So I know this is going to be slope-intercept. So let's start with the first one, our T card. So T would be y is equal to, currently has 1 punch on the T punch card. So my slope is not that 1. My slope is this one, 4 new punches per week. So 4x, and then he currently has 1, so plus 1. Okay, so my slope, my rate of change is 4 punches per week. My initial amount, my y-intercept, is 1 because he currently has 1 punch. So that's T. Let's do the second one. Let's do coffee. So coffee is currently has 3 punches on the coffee punch card, and he gets 3 on the coffee punch card per week. It's kind of tagged in the same sentence. So 3 initial, 3 per week. So both of my values, my slope and my y-intercept in this case, would be 3. Okay. So he starts with 3 punches on the coffee punch card, and he gets 3 punches a week on the coffee punch card. Okay, so that's our slope-intercept form one, y'all. So really, this one you're going to know what's happening because you're going to see that key slope-intercept word, per, each, any, every. Okay, any of those words that means something is changing over time or being charged over time. And then, of course, you're going to see an initial amount. So our initial punches on each of the cards. So let's look at our next question. At a sale on winter clothing, Cody bought 2 pairs of gloves and 4 hats for $48. Tori bought 2 pairs of gloves and 2 hats for $30. Find the prices of the hats. So notice we don't see any per or any or each. So we don't have a rate going on here. We do have 2 different things that's changing. We have gloves and we have hats. So since we have 2 different things that are changing, this is going to be our standard form one. And with standard form, you have to decide what each variable is going to be first. So ax plus by equals c. So I need to decide what's going to be x and what's going to be y. So let's just go in order in the problem. So x will be gloves. And that makes y equal to hats. And then I take each sentence, each statement, and that's what I write an equation for. So Cody bought 2 gloves and 4 hats for $48. So I write that as 2x plus 4y equals the total. Okay, and that's just like our equation, ax plus by equals c. Okay, Tori bought 2 pairs of gloves and 2 hats for $30. So Tori also bought 2 gloves, so 2x, plus 2 hats, so 2y, and that equals $30. Okay. And then once again from here, y'all, these ones, notice how they're not solved for y. So I need to solve these for y first, and then I could punch them in my Desmos calculator and graph them. But we're just focusing on writing these equations today. Okay. So that is our standard form one. Notice we didn't have any per each any for our slope, and we have 2 different things that are changing. We have gloves and we have hats. Okay. Let's talk about the very last one. The length of Sally's garden is 4 meters greater than 3 times the width. The perimeter of her garden is 72 meters. Find the width of Sally's garden. Okay, so this is one that we call this kind of geometric situation where it doesn't necessarily fit into our standard form or into our slope-intercept form. It's kind of a mixture of both. Okay, so let's start with the first statement. The length of Sally's garden is 4 meters greater than 3 times the width. So just like with standard form ones, y'all, we need to decide what we want X and what we want Y to be. Sometimes on a test or on a quiz, they might just use L and W for length and width. But if they don't, they'll use X or Y. So make sure that you decide what X and Y is going to be. Sometimes they'll tell you what X and Y is going to be so you don't get it mixed up in the answer choices. But let's just go ahead. Same thing as last time. We'll do it in order in the problem. So length comes up first. So we'll do X is equal to length. And then Y is equal to width. So our length is 4 meters greater than 3 times the width. So length, X, 4 meters greater. So I want to add 4 to 3 times the width, to 3 times W. Not W, sorry, Y. Okay. So that's the first statement. So you just kind of read it as like you're writing a math problem. You're just trying to know what to add, what to multiply by. So the length is equal to 4 meters greater, so 4 plus 3 times the width, so 3 times Y. Okay. The perimeter of her garden is 72 meters. So perimeter is just equal to length plus width plus width. Okay. So that would be 2 length plus 2 width is equal to the perimeter. So 2 times the length plus 2 times the width is equal to the perimeter. Okay, so this kind of looks like, if you think about it, a mix between our slope-intercept form ones and our standard form ones. Okay, but we do call this a geometric problem where you just kind of have to read the sentence and think, okay, how could I write this equation? All right, y'all. Well, that is writing systems of equations. Very straightforward. Go ahead and work on the review activities.